Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Haven't done a martial art video in quite some time, but we just wanted to jump on here and want to say, you know what? Be humble and be a good training partner. That is the biggest thing I have the biggest problem with. Now this is my 13th year doing martial arts. That's my biggest thing I have to really work on personally, because I'm good in one style or two, but I'm not good in one. Even though I am a blue belt for stripe in jiu-jitsu, I'm also 15 to 20 years older than most people in the class, and I have significant injuries. So what I want to do, I can no longer do physically. I see it in my head what to do, but I can't do it. Just my body just don't bend that way anymore. Or my knees don't let me, or my back won't let me accelerate in the path that I want to. But I still do it. I still risk myself. One thing I think jiu-jitsu have a hard problem is they think they are the greatest gift to all martial arts. It's like there's nothing else except jiu-jitsu, and everything else is just garbage before jiu-jitsu came here. Jiu-jitsu came from Japan. It came from karate. It came from judo. That's where jiu-jitsu came from. The same art that I do, we used to go to the ground also, but we focus on standing up. But we also went to the ground too. Now jiu-jitsu has specialized it and done great with it, but it is not the only grappling martial arts there is. And I'm not talking about wrestling. Wrestling is a whole new beast by itself, and I know there's wrestling versus jiu-jitsu. I'm not in that element because I'm not a wrestler. So I'm not in that conversation. But I am a martial artist. One of the biggest things that I cannot stand is that you're so good that you got to show off against new people that walk through the door. Jiu-jitsu is a fairly humbling experience, and most people can't do it because it's so hard. When a white belt comes in through the door, unless they hook, it's hard to retain them after a year, because most people quit in the first 2 years, or first year and a half, or blue belt jiu-jitsu, and then they quit because A, they in school where they just train so hard, or B, you just getting tired getting your ass whipped. You know, and C, you haven't had a major injury yet, but once you have that major shoulder injury and your major knee, and you realize that, oh shoot, I gotta use my body to make money, and this is just something for me to do, a lot of people quit. I had a person, white belt, white gi, just joined martial arts, and I can always tell, you can always tell white belts, because they're always super aggressive. If they have a wrestling background or another martial art, they try to do that in an aggressive manner. And also, you look at their gis and their belts. You know, this used to be like super white. Just time has, has changed. And now my gi is no longer that way, so you can always tell. So this guy, white belt, new to it, literally new. And you know what? I could easily smash him. I easily could just, but you know what? we have to be good training partners. We have to, if you want a challenge and you want to face someone that's good, face them and get that challenge. But if you see someone that's clearly don't have your skill set, and I'm not talking about just jiu-jitsu, I'm talking about any martial arts. Don't be a know-it-all and you're trying to show how good you are. But at the same time, some white belts think they're going to instruct you in something. I'm like, hold the hell up. I've been doing this for 8 years. I've been doing karate for 13 years. You have done none of this. No years, not even a week. You can't tell me nothing. Unless they got some type of martial art background or they are the relatives of John Wick, you can't come walk in the door and think you're a know-it-all. Because if you do, I promise you, there's going to be somebody that's going to humble you. If you cocky and you think you hot, whatever, I promise you, especially in jiu-jitsu, if you think and you just not being a good training partner, trust me when I say, instructors see that, higher belts see that, senpai see that. And the moment you think you want to flex real hard, they're going to show you. But if you see those that's humble and they just come in there trying to just, just learn something and they got, you can see in their face and they humble, help them. I'm not saying you give in and roll over, but if you see they give a move and they try, and you can tell they trying to do something, just say, hey, you almost got it, and just instruct. Because martial arts is such a hard thing. Everybody can't do this. It's only the top dogs that can do this. And if you are a top dog, you may not be a top dog forever. You may get old. I'm 49, not 36 anymore. So I can't rely on physical strength and athletic prowess to kind of bail me out. I ain't had that in the first place, but at one time I had some strength. I can definitely see myself doing wrestling, like legit doing wrestling. I had that type of strength. But time happens. Don't be a dick, Be humble, Unless they are so cocky and they're coming through the door, then you may have to show them off. Most of the time, I don't feel like trying to correct people if they feel confident. I let them have it because this is all you got. This is just a part-time thing I do just to help me lose some weight and keep me active and help me deal with stress for work. I'm not going to make money in this. I'm not going to NAGA tournament or IBJF tournament. I'm not doing that. I am trying to do something that makes me feel good, that makes me forget how life sucks sometime, and make me be with people that in the same mindset and do martial arts with me and try and have a good time. It's a time for push yourself. Of course, there's always time to push yourself. Later on this year, I got a test for my brown belt second stripe, and then from that, it's a black belt. And before I can go to the black belt, I have to wait 1 year, and I have to go to Atlanta, Georgia to test in front of the sensei. The same sensei who was karate instructor for Cobra Kai, because Cobra Kai was shot in Atlanta. That sensei. There'll be a time where I'm gonna have to push myself for the very best. There will be a time I'm gonna have to do that and give my very best, despite how I physically feel, despite significant injuries and illnesses I had this year. Right now, I'm feeling pretty good. I can do a little bit more. I'm kind of back to where I should be physically for a 49-year-old man. But illnesses and sickness and injuries do happen to us all, and they do not discriminate. But anyway, the theme of this message is be a good training partner. Don't be an asshole. And trust me, I'm not a person that's trying to use profanity a whole lot, especially on my videos, because I don't know who may be watching this. But there's times where I can't express it in any type of way except this way. So when I use it, it's because I'm using it to be intentional. So, all right, guys, have a good one.